It is vlog number 19, and I'm going to have to apologize ahead of time. I think this is going to be kind of a long video. I'm going to try not to make it too long. I don't think I've ever made one that was more than 10 minutes, so I'm going to have to really watch the time here. But there's a lot to say, because the last vlog, number 18, I did early in the week, and that one, and I think the 2 vlogs before that, maybe 3, there were just little snippets of things that were going on, and so I didn't really do any kind of a recap, really. But the last 2 weeks have been pretty decent. Starting off with Mother's Day, I had a really nice Mother's Day, and I spent part of it with my mother, who's hanging in there, by the way. She really is, so I'm very pleased to report that. My mother is she's always been this just fiercely independent woman. I guess some people could call it even stubborn a little bit. But when she makes up her mind about something, that's just it. That's just the way it is. And so I know at the beginning of March, I was told that she wouldn't last a week. And here it is, the middle toward the end of May, and she's still hanging in there. So I think she's just made up her mind that she's not going to die or anything until she's decided she's good and ready to do so. So I can't say enough about how happy I am that I've still got her. And I know a lot of you have been praying for her healing, and I really do appreciate it. And I believe that those prayers are working. My. I keep having to press my screen because I keep getting all these Instagram notifications. And I enjoy getting Instagram notifications. That's like one of those little things that I like about my day. But it's kind of a hassle when I'm trying to make a vlog here. But so I don't know if you can tell that I keep pressing the screen with my finger, but that's why I'm pressing it. But anyway, so I spent part of Mother's Day with my mother, and she and I are a lot alike. We both like things for our skin and all kinds of, fragrances and lotions and potions and creams and whatnot. So every time there's a holiday like Christmas or her birthday or Mother's Day or whatever, Valentine's Day, I go and get her some kind of stuff like that, because I know she would like it, because that's the kind of stuff that I like. One of the many things that I like, but I know that she really likes it. So I went to Bath & Body Works, and they were having, this Mother's Day extravaganza sale. Spend, $800 and then spend another $20 and get this bag. And so I, of course, said, oh, I'll bite. And so I spent the little bit of money that you have to spend to get the bag. And of course you have to pay for the bag too, but I paid for the bag. And so I ended up getting a bunch of different things for my mom and a few things for me too. And so they have this new scent out called Country Chic, and it smells really, really nice. So I got her the set. Oh, there it goes again. Instagram notification. I got her the set with some other different fragrances, and I got myself one of the lotions, the Country Chic lotion, and the Japanese Cherry Blossom, which I think is my new favorite scent from Bath & Body Works. Years ago it was Coconut Lime Verbena. I just love Coconut Lime Verbena. But I think now the Japanese Cherry Blossom is probably my favorite. And Bath & Body Works tends to have scents that are, or fragrances that are kind of heavy, and that doesn't bother me at all. That just has never bothered me. But I've just noticed that those fragrances tend to be a lot heavier than from some of the other places. But I really do like the Japanese Cherry Blossom. And so I think I got her one of those as well. along with that new Country Chic fragrance, which is a lot lighter. It's a much lighter fragrance, but it's very, very nice. A very light floral. It's not like cloyingly like floral-ish. It's just really nice. And I got her a few other things, and so I spent some time with her on Mother's Day and gave her fragrances, and I put one of the lotions, and I took that and put some of it on her hands and massaged her hands. And I had an old photo album, which I should have here with me so I could show you some of the pictures, and of course I don't. But I had an old photo album with me that had some old pictures of her and me with her, and so shared that with her, and so it was really nice. And then later on that evening we went south about an hour away, almost an hour and a half away, and went out with my in-laws to dinner. And that's pretty much what we do every Mother's Day. One Mother's Day we actually went out to brunch. My husband and I went out to brunch, and that was really, really nice. But it doesn't really work out anymore, so maybe next year we could do like a Mother's Day weekend kind of thing, and maybe go down south on the Saturday beforehand and spend the day down there with my in-laws, so that maybe on Mother's Day we could go to brunch again. I don't know. Anyway, so it was really, really nice. And then this week we've had the end of the school year. Tomorrow is the last event. Tomorrow is family night at the classical school, and so my son is graduating, I guess, the middle school rotation. He's done his 4 years there and going into high school, so I don't know exactly what he's doing tomorrow, and I don't know if he's just playing his guitar or doing some sort of recitation of some speech or something, but he's doing something. But before that, we had, let's see, it was before Mother's Day, we had an end-of-the-year presentation at one Masters Academy, and then we had the last day at Masters Academy on the following Wednesday, and then this past Monday, we had the other location, their end-of-the-year thing, and it was really nice. And my son had to perform in 3 different things. Well, at the Woodstock location, he had to perform. He was in 2 different plays, and they were very entertaining. And then at this one on Monday, he played ukulele with one trio. He was part of a trio, and he was playing the ukulele, and he also played jazz guitar with a friend of his who was playing trombone and synthesizer. And then he did a solo thing where he was DJing, and he performed a mix that he had made using a Beatles tune. And so it was really cool, and yes, I recorded all 3 of those things, and I probably will. I don't know if I'll upload them to YouTube or not. If he says I can't, then I won't, but I would like to. So I might. But the great thing about this end-of-the-year performance thing this past Monday, and yes, it's already 8 minutes, so bear with me, because this is like the really good stuff, and I'm sorry it's long, but yeah, this is going to be longer than 10 minutes. I'm going to try and make it under 15. But the great thing about it is several of my students gave me a gift. Now, I get gifts every year, and I love getting the gifts. It's usually Starbucks gift cards, or I've gotten Target gift cards before, and that's awesome. I love that, because I like gift cards. I like Starbucks, I like Target, I like, all kinds of stuff like that. So, but this gift was probably the best gift that I think I've ever gotten. And it just really, it did something to my heart, because, with everything going on with my mother, I've been thinking a lot about just her life and the good things and the bad things. And my mom was a teacher for 30 years in Clayton County. She was a public school teacher. She was a stay-at-home mom with me until I got to 1st grade, and then I remember her saying, well, you're going to go to a different school now, and I'm going to go with you because I have a job teaching there. And so even though she was like outside of the home and working out of the home and blah, 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 I never felt like she was abandoning me or whatever, because I was at the school where she was teaching. And it's just something to really put 30 years of your life into something, and that's what she did. And she never got any, like, recognition for that. She never won, the Teacher of the Year award or anything like that. And when I was younger, I guess like in high school and college, it kind of bothered me because it just seemed like she was really doing this, like, thankless job, And she was 63 when she retired, and she was forced into retirement. They said, well, we've got some younger teachers coming in, so we're not renewing your contract. And so she didn't bother trying to find a job at some other school in the county because they were all hiring younger teachers. And so she was not planning on retiring then, but she ended up doing it, and there was no retirement party. There was no, gold watch or thank you for 30 years of service. There was none of that. And a few months after she retired, she had a stroke. And I just felt like, I don't know, if she had still had that routine of going in every day, she might not have had that stroke. But that's, the past is the past and whatever. But it just always struck me that she spent so much time on that and devoted so much of her life to that. 30 years, that's like a third, not even a third of her life. She's 71. That's like almost half of her life that she spent doing this. And it was just a hard pill for me to swallow, just seeing her go through that. But one thing that I do remember over the years is I remember us running into students that she had. She taught fifth grade from when I was in first grade until after I graduated high school. And then I think she went to fourth grade and then first grade. But for 12 years, she was like a fifth grade teacher. And I remember us running into people out in public, and they would come up to her, people that she had taught years and years beforehand. Miss Nails, do you remember me? Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. You're my favorite teacher. And there have been people that have found me on Facebook and have friended me on Facebook and said, you might not know me or remember me, but your mother was my fifth grade teacher, and I just loved her so much. She was my favorite teacher. And so I started to understand what it's really about. And whatever understanding might have still been lacking, I got it Monday night. I don't know if you can see it, but it says validation. It's something my students made for me. I took over for one class for a semester because the other teacher was filming a film in Savannah. And so during one of the classes, or one of the projects that we were doing for the class, we watched a short film, and I taught them about validation and what it was, and what it can mean to someone, what it can mean to someone's life, what it can mean to someone's heart and spirit. And I took the time to speak a validation over each one of my students. And you know what? This is 1352, 1353. I'm going to stop it here, and I'm going to make a part 2. So, just a minute. Hold on.